Damon Carter was known around campus as the guy to avoid. He was arrogant, reckless, and his sharp tongue spared no one. A third-year business student, he spent more time in bars than the library, and his professors were used to his last-minute excuses. To him, life was a playground with no rules, but one fateful rainy morning, life threw him a curveball. The campus courtyard was packed with students rushing to classes. Damon, as usual, was in a hurry, darting through the crowd with his umbrella tilted backward. Without warning, he collided with someone, sending books flying into a puddle. "Watch where you're going," he snapped, not even glancing at the victim. A soft voice replied, "I'm sorry, but you bumped into me." He looked down to see a petite young woman with warm brown eyes and a face framed by loose curls. She wore a modest dress and clutched a Bible tightly. Her calm demeanor caught him off guard. "Are you going to help me pick these up?" she asked, a slight smile on her lips. Damon sneered but bent down reluctantly. "Why are you carrying so many books anyway? Haven't you heard of the internet?" she chuckled. "Some people still enjoy reading the old-fashioned way." "I'm Clara, by the way." He waved her off, muttering a curt "Damon" before stomping away. But for the rest of the day, her calm gaze lingered in his mind. A week later, Damon found himself at the campus cafe. He was complaining to his friend about his professor when he noticed Clara sitting at a corner table, reading. She seemed oblivious to the noise around her. Something about her serenity intrigued him. Against his better judgment, he approached her. "So, do you always hang out in noisy cafes with a Bible?" Clara looked up, surprised but not annoyed. "Sometimes. I find peace in unexpected places," her response disarmed him. They began to talk. Well, she talked, and he mostly listened. Clara spoke about her love for helping others and her weekly visits to a local orphanage. Her passion for life was contagious, and for the first time, Damon felt his usual sarcasm falter. "Why are you so perfect?" he blurted out. Clara laughed softly. "I'm far from perfect, Damon. But I believe in trying to make the world a little brighter." Over the next few weeks, Damon found himself seeking Clara out more often. She was unlike anyone he'd ever met. Her kindness was genuine, and her unwavering belief in the goodness of people frustrated and fascinated him. One evening, as they walked across campus, Damon lit a cigarette. Clara frowned. "That's such a terrible habit," she said. He smirked. "What? Are you going to pray for me to quit?" "Maybe I will," she said, her tone teasing but firm. "But how about this? If you can go a week without smoking, I'll bake you my famous chocolate cake." Damon raised an eyebrow. "Deal. But when I win, you have to go out with me." Clara hesitated. "Okay, but only if you take it seriously." Surprisingly, he did. By the end of the week, Damon not only avoided smoking but also started reconsidering other aspects of his life. Damon's friends noticed the change. He began attending classes regularly and even volunteered at the orphanage with Clara. His arrogance softened, replaced by a newfound sense of purpose. One evening, after spending the day painting walls at the orphanage, Damon turned to Clara. "You make me want to be better." "I don't know how you do it." Clara smiled but didn't respond. A shadow passed over her face, but she quickly masked it. As their relationship blossomed, Damon's parents took notice. His father, a stern businessman, and his mother, a kind-hearted woman, were shocked by their son's transformation. "I want to meet the girl who tamed you," his mother said, but Clara hesitated to meet Damon's family. She'd been hiding something from him, a secret that weighed heavily on her heart. One evening, Damon noticed Clara leaving a hospital. His curiosity got the better of him. When he confronted her, she hesitated before revealing the truth. "I have leukemia," she said softly. Damon froze. "What?" "Since when?" "I was diagnosed 2 years ago. The doctors say I'm stable for now, but..." She trailed off, tears welling in her eyes. Damon was stunned. For a moment, his old instinct to run from difficult situations surfaced, but he pushed it aside. "We'll fight this," he said firmly. As Clara's condition worsened, Damon became her rock. He attended every hospital appointment and prayed with her. Despite his initial reluctance, their love deepened during those months. And Damon began to see life through Clara's eyes, a journey meant to be lived with kindness and purpose. One evening, as they sat under the stars, Clara leaned her head on Damon's shoulder. "Promise me something," she whispered. "Anything. Don't go back to your old ways when I'm gone. Live a life that makes you proud." Damon's throat tightened. "You're not going anywhere," he said, but they both knew the truth. A month later, Clara passed away peacefully, surrounded by her family and Damon. Damon was inconsolable after Clara's death, but her words stayed with him. He threw himself into his studies, graduated with honors, and began working with charities, including the orphanage where Clara had volunteered. A year after her death, Damon and his family visited Clara's parents. "You didn't just help our son," Damon's mother said, holding Clara's mother's hands. "You gave him a new life." Clara's father nodded, tears streaming down his face. She always believed in second chances. Damon eventually founded a foundation in Clara's name, dedicated to supporting cancer patients and their families. Her memory became his guiding light, inspiring him to live a life filled with love and purpose. And though she was gone, Clara's impact on Damon and everyone who knew her proved that love, no matter how brief, has the power to change lives forever.
Please subscribe, like, comment and share this video. It means a lot to us. Thank you.